Hi everyone, Firstborn 5 Meteorologist Melissa Meeder here on your Wednesday afternoon. We've got nice conditions out there as temperatures are back into the 70s for the first time in a few days. So we've got a lot of things that are coming ahead of us. Now, for the most part, the weather is quiet. So it's just some changes that we are going to see over the next couple of days. And those changes, well, of course, is going to be the small chance for some rain this afternoon and into this evening. A little bit breezy today, but overall the rain is going to be isolated. We have a very similar setup for our Thursday. It'll be breezy. We've got some isolated rain chances. It's mainly towards the northeast, but it will be a little bit cooler for our Thursday as we've got a frontal boundary moving through. But once we get towards the weekend, the 80s are back into the forecast and it will be a bit on the breezy side. So as for right now on our Midwest heating, cooling, and plumbing camera, you could see we've got sunshine out there. It looks a lot more green, which is nice to see too. You know, spring is in full effect. And as for radar at this point, there are some light rain showers mainly towards our southeastern areas at this point. I'm not sure how much of this is actually hitting the ground, because if we pull up our sweeping radar, it looks very spotty at this time. So if anything is falling, it's going to be pretty light, and that's mainly along I-70 and generally towards the southeast. But that chance for some isolated to spotty rain showers continues. And then as we get towards the evening, I think we see the better chance for some isolated rain activity to move through the metro. It's probably going to be tonight and into early tomorrow morning. So this is going to be from about 10 p.m. to about 2 a.m. It'll move generally in our southwestern half of the area and then be out by 2 o'clock in the morning. Overall, by Thursday morning, looks like the rain chances are mainly going to be towards the northeast, and it's going to be that way for most of the day. We'll have some passing clouds, a few times of sunshine through Thursday afternoon with those isolated rain and maybe some isolated thunderstorm chances off towards the northeast. So for the most part, very small chance for rain in the metro, probably a 20% chance. Not expecting it to be widespread in any way. Temperatures at this point are in the 70s. It's 73 downtown, 71 elsewhere at KCI, Olathe, Lee Summit. It's nice out there. It is a little bit on the breezy side, but in the next couple of hours, those temperatures hang out in the 70s. By the 7 o'clock time frame, upper 60s, then the 60s remain as we get to 8 o'clock. Small chance for rain during that window. I think we still see some gusts up to 30 miles an hour possible through this evening, and that actually continues for tomorrow afternoon. But it will be a mild morning for our Thursday, upper 40s, a northwesterly breeze, just very light, 5 to 10 miles an hour, but it will pick up as we get into the afternoon. We're cooler than today. We're in the upper 60s. Bit on the breezy side, so keep that in mind, but I think we see some sunshine. Nonetheless, our average is around 64 this time of year, so it's nice to be able to be seasonably warm versus seasonally cool, which we have been the last couple of days. Elsewhere across the area, temperatures will be a mix of the upper 60s to around 72 for most, a little bit warmer. In Ottawa at 74, 73 in Lawrence. So overall, should be a pretty nice day despite slightly breezy conditions, but very similar to what you're expecting today. For us in the metro, though, just slightly cooler. We get cooler, though, on Friday. Another frontal boundary moves through, but Friday is going to be where we generally are the coolest for the next couple of days. So 63, that's right around our normal. We're mostly sunny on our Friday, and then we really start to get summer to move in, which is very exciting to talk about because the 70s are back. For Saturday, we jumped just about 10 degrees, and then on Sunday, 82 degrees for our Sunday. So Sunday will be warm, will be a little bit breezy, could see some gusts up to 30 miles an hour again, but the kind of 3-day forecast as we get into the weekend is looking nice. So the nicest weather overall is generally going to be over the weekend, and you may be thinking, we have come close to getting to 80 degrees. It was 79 a couple times in March. The last time we were 80 was October 30th of last year. So it has been a while. And when do we typically see the first 80 degree day? April 4th. So we should have generally seen it already, but by the time, we get to that 80 degree is going to be on April 13th. I did look at the UV index. And over the weekend, the UV will be around 6 and 7. So because we're going to see a lot of sunshine, make sure if you're out and about for a while, and I know a lot of people are probably going to be out and about for the weekend because it is going to be so nice. Just, it's the time of year where sunscreen's got to get back into the routine, sunglasses, that sort of thing. So warmer conditions expected. And as we get to that 7-day forecast, we get a little bit cooler by the time Monday rolls around. We're around 73, but still warmer than average, and then back into the mid 60s on Tuesday. So we will, for the most part, warm today, cooler for Thursday, Friday. We build back up into Sunday, and then once again, we go back down. So this is the time of year where we see temperature roller coaster, but I will say that most of the next 7-day period is going to be dry. Only very small chances for rain, of course, today, tomorrow, and then on Monday. So things are pretty quiet when we think about rain, thunderstorm chances, no severe weather threat over this next 7-day period. At this time, temperatures will just kind of be going up and down, which is typical for what we see for this time of the year in April. So enjoy the warm temperatures today. Nonetheless, really the 7-day period is going to be pretty nice. So 60s, 70s, 80s, all in the forecast. I hope you guys get out and enjoy. I also want to say low temperatures are all in the 40s or 50s. So the freezing mark not in the 7-day forecast. I know my brother is shipping me some plants. So we'll see how it shakes out, but planting season is going to be around the corner. Myself, Chief Meteorologist Luke Doris, as well as Warren Sears will all be here this afternoon bringing you the latest details. We hope you join us as soon as 3:30, and I hope everybody enjoys this wonderful weather that we have on this Wednesday.